everyone, and welcome to my new vlog, the launch of My Color Story. This is Angela Nesbit, and I'm coming to you from the beautiful North Carolina mountains, where I'm currently refueling my creative self. Today we are discussing showing up for our creativity. But first, I'd like to offer a disclaimer that we are all going through some sort of challenge at this time. It's so crazy right now. So let's just let the pressure, let it off. Just let's not put a bunch of unneeded pressure on ourselves. It's just, we need to do what we can and be kind and gentle to ourselves and see how we show up. So having said that, I do have 3 ideas and tips that might help us all show up for our creativity. The first is to nurture our creative mind. Number 2 is to build a routine or a pattern. And number 3 is to create a creative space. So first up, we have nurturing our creative mind. And in today's environment, there's so much news that we could listen to on repeat all day long. But I think that our creative mind likes peace and calm to be at its best. So while I recommend definitely being informed, but maybe limit that a little bit and cut back and just, check in once a day or twice a day to see what's happening, and let your creativity have a little more room to grow. Also, anything we're letting into our space, into our mind, people, news, things you're reading, events, just monitor those and keep them at a level that allows you to still be creative and still be inspired. I think that that's a really helpful tool. It's so easy just to turn on the news, even if it's, whether it's a hurricane coming or some big tornado. Well, tornadoes we kind of need to know moment to moment if we're living in the zone. But a lot of the news we don't need to keep a minute to minute pulse on. So I just encourage everyone to maybe give that a little breathing space if you can. And secondly, to build a routine or a pattern, it is amazing how much just showing up for your creativity for 20-30 minutes a day can build, and it just blossoms and grows and mushrooms from that. So I know myself, I was getting really caught up with a lot of back-end office stuff that has nothing to do with being right in front of the easel and painting, and I had to stop and say, okay, what's going on here? And I set a certain amount of time that I wanted to be in front of the easel or right in my painting space every day, and it solved the problem. It just was honoring that space and that time. That's all I needed. And then, after that, I could go back to the back end or whatever else, in life I needed to do. But it really worked, and I really encourage building that pattern. And a pattern can build, after a week or 2 or 3. It's amazing how that 30 minutes turns into 2 hours or turns into 4 hours, or you're so excited to get back the next day. So I really encourage that, and we will definitely discuss further, all kinds of things you can do to build into that 20 or 30 minutes going forward, because I'm really excited about that, because it really works. So I just encourage you to give that a shot. And third was kind of creating a space, an art station, a space that's dedicated to your creativity. It's kind of open. It's open for business all the time. So you can stop in and give it a little love here and there, and that really makes things a lot easier. And I know that a lot of people's studios are off site from their homes. So you can still create a space at home that's maybe kind of a mini creative space that allows for that shorter amount of time, that 20 to 30 minutes for a quick color study, value study, a quick sketch, reading a creative book, doing so many things. So I really encourage that. So that's the 3 tips for today. So we're nurturing our creative mind, we are building a routine or a pattern, and we are creating a space that's inviting that we can drop into for short periods of time if needed. And I think that would help a lot. So I encourage everyone to comment and just open up discussions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from everyone and open up dialogue and create community. I think that's super important, especially right now. So please do that. And I look forward to next week, where we will continue the discussion on creativity, and we will be discussing fueling it up, gassing it up a little bit. So peace, and see you next Tuesday.